Good morning, all of you. I hope everybody can able to listen my voice. So I'm going to be starting now. So today I'm going to be starting with data analytics course, and this is combination of multiple things: data analytics, data science, using with Python, Power BI, SQL Server, machine learning, deep learning, AI techniques. So the course name is basically data science and data analytics. And here we are going to be starting with multiple kind of technologies. What are the different kind of technologies we are going to be using here is Python, Power BI, SQL Server, machine learning, deep learning techniques, the same time artificial intelligence. And before going to all these things, first of all, we should understand Python programming. So somebody already know about the Python programming fundamentals. So we already discussed about the Python programming fundamentals. If anybody not attended my Python programming classes, please ping me in the WhatsApp. I will share the recorded sessions and I will share the notes also. After the Python programming, in Python only, we have to discuss multiple libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. So these are the important techniques, important libraries or frameworks we try to understand using with Python programming only. So after Python programming, there are multiple other technologies we have to learn. One is Power BI, Microsoft Power BI. So what is this Power BI? Why we need to use Power BI? Power BI is data visualization tool. Data visualization tool. Power BI is data visualization tool, which is going to be using for visualize your data in diagrammatic manner, pictured manner. So we can see multiple kind of dashboards. We can see multiple kind of dashboards for data. So here the important thing is data. So the data is very, very huge in real market. There are multiple kind of applications which are going to be generating data. Mobile apps are there, desktop applications are there, and something like sensor applications are there, and something like watches, gadgets. So there are multiple kind of devices which are going to be connecting through online. And lot of people, lot of users are using these kind of applications, mobile applications, desktop applications, sensor applications, watches, gadgets, everything. And even cameras. So live cameras, live streaming. Live streaming. So from live streaming also, a lot of data is going to be generating for each and every second or millisecond. For each and every second and millisecond, data is going to be generating for the multiple kind of applications. You take a phone pay, Google Pay, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even you take a phone pay, Google Pay, whatever payment systems. And there are a lot of YouTube streamings are going to be happening. A lot of other camera streamings are going to be happening. Live cameras are available everywhere, every organization. See, huge amount of data is going to be generating everywhere. So to handle this particular data, to handle this big data, huge data, the normal Excel is not sufficient. Normal Excel or normal paperwork is not going to be sufficient. So to overcome this problem, basically Microsoft launched a product called Power BI. See what this Power BI can do. Power BI is basically data visualization technique, data visualization tool. So we have the large amount of data from the multiple applications. So first of all, there are different kind of techniques for data analytics. The first important technique is data gathering or data gathering. Get data from multiple sources. get data from multiple sources. So we have to get the data from the multiple sources. Data is going to be picking up from the multiple sources with the multiple variants, multiple formats, multiple types. So the data is going to be retrieving using with XML format. Data is going to be retrieving in the form of JSON data. Data is going to be retrieving from XLS formats. Data is going to be retrieving using with PDFs. Data is going to be retrieving using with the text files. Data is going to be retrieving with the audio format, or data is going to be retrieving with live data, live streaming. Data is going to be retrieving as images, capturing images. Data is going to be retrieving with video data. Okay, data is multiple in the formats. Data is going to be storing in the multiple files and multiple formats of the data, which is going to be available from the multiple kind of applications. So the first important thing for data analytics is data gathering technique. We have to gather the data, receive the data. Receiving data from multiple sources is very, very important. Data is receiving from multiple sources, or data is going to be receiving from different kind of databases. Okay. So when the data is going to be retrieved, after retrieving the data, the very important another technique is data wrangling. Data wrangling technique. Data wrangling nothing but data cleaning technique. Data cleaning technique. The very important technique after receiving the data is data wrangling technique. Data wrangling or data cleaning. So we have to wrangle the data, or we have to clean the data. Data is coming with a different kind of formats. Data is coming with a unstructured way, structured format. Data is coming with structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Data is coming like unstructured data, structured data, semi-structured data. Okay, unstructured data is something like a JSON format or XML format or Excel format, whatever it may be. XML format or XLS format, whatever it may be, that is the unstructured data. Structured data is something like a tables format. Data is coming from different kind of databases using with the tables. Semi-structured data also coming with the JSON format or XML format. They already cleaned something and XLS format. In this way, semi-structured data is going to be coming. Unstructured data, the best example for unstructured data is live streaming data. Unstructured data, a very fundamental example is live streaming data or live cameras or sensors. This is something like unstructured data, or something like social media data. This kind of data is called unstructured data. Structured data is basically coming from databases which is in the format of tables. We know about it. This is in the structured format, rows and columns. Semi-structured data, which is something like XML, JSON data or XLS data. So whatever the data we have, data is coming from different sources in different formats. Data is coming from different sources, different formats. These are the data formats. Data is coming from multiple sources, different formats. What we need to do with this particular data? The immediate step is data wrangling technique we need to apply, or data cleaning technique we need to apply. To wrangle the data, to clean the data, we need to write some SQL queries. So there are multiple kind of SQL queries we are going to be applying using with Power BI. Using with the Power Query. Using with the Power Query, we are going to be applying different kind of techniques. We are going to be applying different kind of queries on top of the data. When we are applying the different kind of queries on top of the data, then automatically data is going to be in the cleaned format. So what is this particular technique is? remove unwanted data. Unwanted data. Removing unwanted data means what is the kind of data? Unwanted columns, attributes, duplicates, or null values. Remove unwanted data. How to remove the unwanted data? What is the kind of unwanted data is? Unwanted columns, unwanted attributes, or duplicate data, or null data. Somewhere null data is available. Some people are not filling the form properly. Some people are actually omitting the form with that particular requirement, particular attribute. So that kind of data I want to clean it. I don't want to use that to define the dashboard, to show the dashboard. So after doing this, the one more important technique for the data analytics or data science is data modeling technique. Data modeling technique. Data modeling technique is prepare the data for requirement. Prepare the data for requirement. So my requirement is only I want to show the name and the salaries. I want to show the particular dashboard only recording to the name and the salary. So what is the name? What is the salary? Or name, salary, designation. I want to take only 3 attributes: name, salary, designation. So remaining attributes I don't want. Okay. So only name, salary, designation I want to take. So to do that, prepare the data for the requirement. Preparing is something like a modeling. So there is a big data available, huge data available according to the employee. But my requirement is, my dashboard requirement is only name, salary, designation related. So that time I want to prepare the data based on my requirement. Preparing the data based on the requirement is something like a data modeling technique. Data modeling technique. So after data modeling, the very important technique we have to apply on top of the data is data visualization. Data visualization. Data visualization is the major important part of the data science or data analytics. Visualize the data using with the dashboards. Visualize the data using with the dashboards, graphs, charts. There are multiple kind of techniques. There are multiple kind of dashboards, multiple kind of graphs, multiple kind of charts we have to define to show the data. And finally, based on the particular requirement, we have to submit the dashboards, submit reports. Submit reports is very important. Finally, submit report based on the particular requirement to the clients. So the client is something like Ambani. Client is something like Ambani. So we have to submit some kind of dashboard, how the sales was done in the previous year and how the sales was done in the current year. And what is the differences between the last year and this year? Since from the last 10 years, what is the sales which is going to be available in the Jio or Jio 5G network? When Jio 5G network came into the picture, after Jio 5G came, how the sales was increased? What is the percentage of sales increased for every month? So they want to calculate easily by seeing the dashboards, by seeing the visualizations. So the final thing is submit the reports. To submit the reports, Power BI have a very important tool called Power BI. Power BI have a very important tool for each and everything. To visualize the data, Power BI have Power BI desktop. To data model, Power BI have Power Query DAX. And submit the reports, there is a one more technique which is going to be available in the Power BI server. Power BI server. So there are multiple things we have to learn using the Power BI. So inside the Power BI, definitely we have to use the SQL server. Inside Power BI, whenever you are working with the Power BI DAX, definitely we have to work with the SQL server. Limited queries, not a much depth queries, limited queries we have to use for the Power BI. So these are the different kind of techniques which are going to be involving with the Data analytics. Now, there is a one more question which is going to be arising. There is a one more question which is going to be arising. Where data science came into the picture? Why data science is very, very popular? Why data analytics is very, very popular nowadays? Data science is very, very popular nowadays. Why for data science is? Now coming to the picture, data science. Coming to the picture, data science. Finding insights of the data. Finding insights of the data is data science. Very short definition. Very short definition. Finding insights of the data is data science. Okay, one more definition I can say. Scientific approach on top of the data is called data science. Scientific approach on top of the data is called data science. So what is the scientific approach? What is the scientific approach? Scientific approach nothing but we have to approach on top of the data using with algorithms. We have to approach on top of the data using with algorithms. There are different kind of algorithms which are going to be involving with the machine learning. There are much algorithms which are going to be involving with the deep learning. So finally, pictorial way, how this data science is going to be available in the real picture. Okay, so I just want to draw the picture to show where the data analytics is going to be available. Imagine this is data science. Imagine this is data science. Let me draw the picture. Imagine this is data science. Inside the data science, two important techniques are there. One is the ML. ML is nothing but machine learning. Now, machine is working like a human. Machine is working like a human to do some operations on top of the data. So human cannot able to work with the huge amount of the data. That time machine come into the picture and machine used with algorithms and machine give proper predictions, machine give proper analysis, machine give proper requirement based on the algorithm. So that is the machine learning technique. Inside the machine learning, there is a one more technique called deep learning. So I just want to draw the machine learning now. Inside the data science, machine learning is available. Inside the machine learning, there is a one more technique which is available called deep learning. Inside the data science, machine learning is available. Inside the machine learning, deep learning is available. Deep learning is something like more complex data. Whenever you have some more complex data, then we need to apply deep learning techniques on top of the data. Whenever you have a huge amount of the data or complex data, images, audio, video data, whenever you find images data, audio data, video data, that kind of time, deep learning come into the picture. Image recognition, audio recognition, video recognition, text recognition, natural language processing, NLP, computer vision using with the image recognition. Do you know face recognition? Do you know self-driving cars? So that kind of applications, whenever you want to implement a self-driving car kind of application, whenever you want to implement face recognition kind of applications, whenever you want to work with the sensor kind of applications, deep learning is the very, very important technique which is going to be involved on top of the data. Everything is on top of the data. So everything is on top of the data. See, finally, all these kind of techniques which are going to be available inside the data. Finally, data is important. Finally, data is important. Without having the data, we cannot do anything. Data is not a normal data. Data is a huge data. High amount of the data. Data is not a small data. Data is a huge amount of the data, high data. So when the data is available, we have to apply some data analytics on top of the data. Data analytics is the prerequisite before moving to the data science. Data analytics is very, very important before moving to the data science. using with the data analytics, we need to gather the data. We need to clean the data. We need to model the data. We need to visualize the data. After doing this particular techniques, after doing data analytics, then I can send this data to the machine learning, or I can send this data to the deep learning. Getting my point? First of all, you are working with data science, you are working with data analytics, that is okay. But you are working with data science, you are working with data analytics based on the data itself. So finally, the key point is data. Finally, the role model is data. Finally, the goal point is data. Goal is data. Our goal is data. So we have to do the data analytics first. Once we're done with the data analytics, we have the proper data, proper model data. That particular proper model data, we need to send to the machine learning techniques, or we need to apply on top of that model. On top of that model, we have to apply the machine learning technique. On top of the model, we have to apply a deep learning technique. Then we can able to get our proper solution. So very important thing we need to understand here. Question and answer. There is some bigger question which is available on top of the data. There is a very bigger question which is going to be available on top of the data. And finally, there is some answer. What is the question? What is the answer? Question related to the data. Answer. Answer also on top of the answer related to the data. Okay, tell me one simple example. Tell me one simple example about the question. Who is winning in 2024? So previously elections done. Who is winning in 2024? In India level, in AP level, for example. There are different kind of predictions came into the picture. Some prediction reports. Predictions came. So how these people are actually doing the predictions? So do you know how these predictions got? Survey reports. Survey reports. What the survey reports are? How the survey reports are going to be generated? Survey reports based on sample. Samples is nothing but data. What is the meaning of sample here? What is the meaning of sample? How the person is thinking about that particular politician. How the person is thinking about that particular politician. They are taking the survey. So they are not actually knocking the each and every person's door. They are knocking the doors. They are knocking the doors. Survey people వచ్చి ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళ ఇంటికి డోర్ కొడతారా? ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళ ఇంటికి వచ్చి డోర్ కొడతారా? No. They are taking the survey from the tea shops, from the public areas, from the movie theaters, from the shops, different kind of areas where the public is gathering more. They are sending one person taking the survey. Taking the survey. Okay, for example, they are interviewing or they are asking questions 100 members. They are asking questions 100 members. In 100 members, 80% people are actually giving the survey, positive survey for NDA. 20% persons are giving the positive for others. Then they are predicting something in this area. This area, NDA is going to be win. In this area, NDA is going to be win. So just general question, general survey, general election survey. How this general election survey is going to be happening with. So they are going to be applying data science techniques based on the collected data. They are collecting the data first. Without collecting the data, they cannot able to do anything. So this is the only one example I am telling. Not only this example, you have to go with the DMart, how the DMart sales are going to be improving. how the DMart sales are going to be improving, how the Reliance sales are going to be improving, how the different kind of areas, different businesses are going to be improving using by the data science techniques, using by the deep learning techniques, using by the data analytics. So these are the different important techniques which are going to be available in the market. Data analytics, data science. In data science, machine learning, deep learning, all these things are going to be available. Sir, I want to learn all these things, sir. I want to learn all these things. In future, I want to become data scientist. In future, I want to become a data analyst. In future, I want to become a data engineer. So your goal is as a data engineer, or your goal is as a machine learning specialist. Your goal is something like a deep learning specialist, or your goal is something like a data scientist. Your goal is something like a AI specialist. So then finally, the major important thing what you have to learn is, I am just writing the different kind of techniques here. These are the different kind of techniques. Technically, you have to be strong with all these things. The goal is data scientist. The goal is AI specialist. The goal is a machine learning engineer. The goal is a deep learning engineer. Yes, that is okay. But if you want to become that kind of person in IT industry, definitely you need to learn some Python programming. Definitely you need to learn Power BI techniques. Definitely you need to learn some SQL Server. Definitely you have to work with machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. Okay, so learning to Power BI, Python is no needed. Power BI directly you can learn. But if you want to learn Power BI, SQL Server is prerequisite. SQL Server is prerequisite. To learn Power BI, SQL Server is prerequisite. Or merging with these two things, yes, we can able to do the visualizations. We can do the visualizations. After this, if you want to become machine learning specialist or deep learning specialist, if you want to become data scientist or AI specialist, definitely we need to learn the machine learning, deep learning, and AI related algorithms. If you want to learn all these algorithms, what is a programming language which is very famous nowadays? That is Python. If you know Python very well, there are multiple libraries you can able to work easily. The libraries like scikit-learn, the libraries like scikit-learn, the library like Cbond, the library like Cbond, the library like Keras, the library like TensorFlow. There are multiple libraries. Scikit-learn is there, Keras is there, TensorFlow is there. Okay. So like this, there are multiple kind of libraries which are going to be available, but all these libraries are actually built on Python. All these libraries built on Python. Definitely, you be strong in Python. If you are strong in Python, you can able to become machine learning developer, deep learning developer, or AI developer. Okay, so previously, before Python, people are working with R programming language. R programming is there. R programming for data science. And previously, there is one more programming called SAS. SAS programming is also there for data science. And one more programming language called MATLAB is there. MATLAB also available for data science. But comparing all these programming is Python is very popular nowadays. Why? Because Python is easy, and you can able to learn. You can able to write any kind of algorithm with simple lines or short lines, and code is readable, code is understandable, and everybody can able to easily understand that particular algorithm using by the Python programming. So here, what I am going to be teaching for you guys for this course is very popular. I already told you this is the #1 trending in the market. #1. Okay. For example, let me search for top 1 IT skill in 2024. The top demanded tech skills in 2024. What are the top 10 skills which are going to be available? Can you see and observe? The first one is what? The first one is what? Artificial intelligence, machine learning, AIML. Okay. Second thing is what? Cloud technologies. Third thing is what? Cyber security. Fourth thing is what? Fourth one, Python, Kubernetes, Java. Later Java came into the picture, Linux came into the picture. Different other things are going to be available in the market. These are the different kind of techniques. These are actually AWS techniques. Okay, DevOps techniques, Terraform, Kubernetes, all these DevOps techniques. Okay, so finally, there are multiple Google is actually providing multiple techniques in the market trending. So you can follow the LinkedIn top 10 most demanded tech skills. Do you know LinkedIn? How many people know? LinkedIn is most popular social media platform for job seekers. In LinkedIn, number of job seekers are available, job holders are available, HR managers are available, company managers are available, company leaders are available, CEOs are available. So whenever you want to get a job, first you post your resume in the LinkedIn. Prepare one account in the LinkedIn. That is a very much important. After LinkedIn, then Naukri, then Monster, then Indeed. All these things are later. But LinkedIn is a very important thing first of all. Okay, so based on the top 10 most demanding techniques 2024 with the test, one is artificial intelligence, that is already there. Okay, now one more thing I want to search for. Average salary. Average salary for AI data science in India. I'm actually searching for what? Average salary AI data science in India. What is the average salary? So how much average salary is coming with? Average salary for data scientist in India. What is the INR here? 3.7 to 25.8 lakhs per annum. Minimum salary is 3.7 lakhs. Maximum salary is 25 lakhs. This is the average salary. So per month, the average salary is 75,000 to 90 lakhs. Per month, I am talking about. So that is the lowest salary which is going to be available. What are the different kind of responsibilities for the data scientist? What are the multiple kind of responsibilities for the data analyst? What are the multiple kind of responsibilities for the data engineer, machine learning engineer, data architect, statistician, business analyst? These are the multiple roles, multiple job roles which are available in the market. So if you learn these things, you go with any kind of role here. You can prepare your resume with any kind of role here. So basically, can you see and observe key skills for the data scientist? Key skills for the data scientist: statistics, machine learning, programming, data analyst, statistics, data visualization, BI tools, Power BI, data engineer, data engineering, cloud computing, software engineering, machine learning engineer, machine learning, programming, statistics, data architect, different, business analyst, business analysis, requirement gathering, communication, all this. So we want to become data scientist. If you want to become data scientist, machine learning programming is compulsory. So for that, Python programming is compulsory. I am already telling you. Python, if you don't know Python, first you learn Python. Get your Python knowledge 100%. After Python only, we can move into the Power BI SQL server for data analysis, analytics. After that, using with Python, we start with the machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence techniques. For all these things, this course is going to be taking 2.5 months. From today onwards, I'm starting this. This is going to be taking 2.5 months. Who is joining in online? Aisha, Mahihar Sai, and Rohan. This course is basically taking for 2.5 months. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to be starting with the Power BI. Tomorrow I'm starting with the Power BI. I'm installing Power BI tomorrow. With Power BI, I'm using with SQL Server. Parallelly, I will start with SQL Server also. Power BI, SQL Server parallelly we have to learn. Otherwise, you cannot able to complete this combo. After this combo, I'll jump into the Python with ML, Python with DL, Python with AI. So totally all the different kind of algorithms, different kind of libraries we are going to be learning. 2.5 months to 3 months. This course is going to be taking 2.5 months to 3 months. Daily 1 hour session. And every session recorded will be available. If anybody not having the Python programming, so you can just contact